Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pairfect, Daily Tribune's digital show that takes you up close and personal with trailblazers and winners in their field. I am Dinah Ventura. Joining me today are three of interior design's most prominent personalities: Joseph Tay, president of Casa Bella and the face of the project; Cecile Ravelas, interior designer; and Patrizio Papini of Henge, an Italian brand recently showcased at Casa Bella. It's great to have you here. Welcome to Pairfect.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, it's such an honor. I know you guys are all busy. You have a project ongoing at the moment.
Yeah.
But what I really want to talk about right now is the event that you designed for Casa Bella yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, we launched it last night.
Okay, so
And,
what's that about? It's called Senses.
Senses. So, well, it started with Joseph inviting me to, he asked me, can you help me fix the showroom because we're expanding the brand, which is Henge, of which they've been carrying. And I said, sure, I'd love to do the space with you because I've been using Henge in my projects for some time. And so I said, it's about time because before it was just like a small piece, like the lighting were featured in the showroom and a few tables. And so, because I'm a fan of the brand, I started learning about it more because I wanted to see how we can translate it, particularly really understand the philosophy of Henge and capture it and translated it in the space. Because I've always felt that the pieces were special, one of a kind. So it's but natural to give it the due attention,
Focus.
focus. Yeah. So, and Henge has always been unique. Each of the pieces are unique. The material selection is also well thought of. So, like stones that are
Rare.
limited. So I said then that it deserves a space that is also special. So I think the first major challenge was how to bring people up and make sure that they get from third floor to fourth floor. And the thing is, the building is existing. So when I proposed to Joseph, he said, I think we need to put stairs. Sure. But I think I want the stairs in the middle of this floor.
What?
So that means cutting through an existing floor. And so he he was quiet and then he said, sure, let's do it. Because he's like, really, go. It's go, go, go. So I said, okay, let's do it. So when we started doing the layout, I did that because I feel that as soon as you enter the space, you should start experiencing the brand. Because to me, Henge is very emotional. If part of their branding philosophy is about the metaphysics of beauty. And in my mind, metaphysics is about transforming materials into something more unique. And so, how do I capture that? So,
That was your challenge.
that is the challenge. So, I came up with an iconic stairs that will be synonymous to Henge. And so, it's a sculptural piece that's floating. It's like an origami. We made it look like a brass material, but again, the idea is to create emotions to the different viewers. So
Right.
as you enter,
Will that be the first
that's the first thing you'll
let's
see. And to some, last night we were, the viewers were saying, oh, it looks like wood. It's like petrified wood. And somebody was asking, is this real brass? Is this real copper?
It's different for everyone.
So in my mind, okay, so we were successful in eliciting that emotion, because to me, it's always about a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So Henge.
Henge. And
Tell
he's
us.
the guy.
I know. I'm very curious now about what you said about the brand. Tell us more about Henge, the Italian.
Hey,
How long has it been making
s-
limited pieces
we
for the world?
started in 2011, and we were a group of passionate people. We were just few people, 3, 4 people. We started in a
3
small
to 4.
room, like all the
Okay.
crazy-minded companies. We had this vision to create something for ourselves, for our homes. So So something that was fulfilling our desires to feel home and to feel cozy
Okay.
for us.
You were a
Uh,
group of 4 designers or businessmen?
yes, I
Okay.
started all the business and the commercial and the marketing, all the organization of the company.
Okay.
And you know, when you are small, you do everything.
Yes, of course.
You have to do absolutely everything. And from the search of materials. And we started with the first idea was to work with the truth. So everything that nature could do, we had to do it. No replication, to respect the nature. And to do a constant research of real materials, exclusive materials. We are a sort of concierge also for the client and for the houses to find something that is really exclusive. We keep doing research on the finishes, metals, stones, wood, leathers, fabrics, all the time pushing the limit. We think every year, this year we did the fair and we thought, okay, now we reached the limit. No, we keep on going. There's sky's the limit at the end. So we keep looking for quarries that are extinguished to find stones that maybe we can do one project, one house. But this is what we want to do, is the real exclusivity.
Yes,
You know, we
so
want to do.
exclusivity, which brings me to Casa Bella. I mean, you have such a portfolio of brands under your wing. So tell us about how you select those brands and how Henge became part of your portfolio.
We started Casa Bella 15 years ago, right before we were about to get married.
Okay.
And so Stephanie my wife Stephanie, has always been an art lover and someone who has a great eye and appreciation for design. And she feels that we can add value to Filipino homes by bringing in these really wonderful collections and brands of furniture
Yes.
from Europe primarily. And that's how it started. We didn't. We started Casa Bella and grew Casa Bella one brand at a time. It was very organic. And
What was the first one you brought in?
that was Catal and Moroso. Yeah, those were the first brands. We only brought in brands that Steny herself would use, that she herself would personally resonate with. So there were brands before that I said, hey, I think this is very commercially good. And she said, no, I don't. It's not me. It's not us. We want something that reflects our values. And she believes in the power of design.
Yes.
When we say design, it's not just the visuals or the colors. It's how everything is constructed, the materials, the heritage, which is
Yes.
why we are very proud of our portfolio of brands today.
Yes.
We have Casina, as Patrizio would know, is a very old, important brand of Italian heritage and culture,
History of design.
history of design.
Wow.
We have Catal, for me, objectively, the world's best outdoor furniture. We have Henge. When I saw Henge, I went like, wow. Wow. I was just sharing a while ago that 8 years ago, they had only 2 products at the time.
2 products.
At that time, when I first saw them.
Okay. A table.
Coffee table, a ring light. I go like, this is incredible. The stone they use, the craftsmanship of the brass around the coffee table, the structure, the lighting. I said, this company is amazing. The people are amazing. They've got a vision. They've got guts to make something so unique, so hard to standardize. And that's the point. They don't want to be standardized.
No.
I think I see the similarity here.
Yes.
Nobody is standard.
Nobody's standard. So I go like, and being somebody who appreciates art, I go like, it's almost like art. This is this is not an industrial product. This is an artisanal product. I think Filipino homeowners deserve to be shown this, to be presented with this as an option in furnishing their homes, and the designer community, and the design community.
So I suppose that's your mission as a company, Casa Bella.
Absolutely, to bring all these beautiful things and
Pieces.
furniture pieces from all over the world, and
Mm.
work with the design committee, with our design partners, such as
Mm.
Cecile. Uh, and we get their feedback. I
Yeah.
ask them so, and they tell me things like,
Mm.
"Hey Joseph, the hench is amazing," and they say,
Ah.
"Right, I'd love to hear why you think it's amazing, right?"
Yeah.
And that gives you even more confidence to invest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So our store, our relationship grew.
Mhm.
My Casa Bella grew, Henge grew. The amount of space in my showrooms also grew for Henge.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so it's been a process, and now we're
Mhm.
very proud that we
Mhm.
have one whole floor just to
Yeah.
showcase Henge.
Wow. That's such an honor.
And it's actually growing fast.
It's growing
It's very
fast. So
fast.
But I
there's
want to
really a
point out
market.
one thing is
Mhm.
like we never wanted to push because
Mm.
we so strongly believed in what we
Yeah.
were doing in our dream that we said the market has to
Right.
request, you know.
I see.
So you grow organically.
Mhm.
We will support you.
Mhm.
We'll support. We're a team. We are partners.
Mhm.
We are married
Mhm.
in this, engaged, married,
Yes.
committed, and we grew. It happened
You did
like
grow.
this, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It takes, I think it's really, I was mentioning it earlier to someone, it's really a
Mm.
confluence of things.
Yes.
Because
Agree.
like this house I'm building, because I like this
Mhm.
light piece they have, the air light. I love it so much
Mhm.
and have so many ideas for it. But of course when I showed it to my client, she fell in love with it also. But it was a different size, it was a different scale.
Mhm.
So we had that conversation. And for a year we were going through it. My client was like looking, said maybe it's not possible to do it because we were like changing a lot of the mechanics. But we literally went around to look for an alternate piece. But she also fell in love with the piece, and then finally after a year of search, she
Uh-huh.
said, okay, let's go back to that hinge piece. And they agreed to customize it, to
Oh,
resize
wow.
it.
Nice of you.
Yeah, and so it's like the perfect piece in the house,
Uh,
and I'm actually excited to see it happen because
ah,
it's still in progress.
yeah, okay. Okay, very interesting story. We'll continue after a short break.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you. Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Hello, everyone. We're still on Perfect with the three top minds, top creative minds, I must say, talking about design. So you were saying choosing a piece for a client is a process or
It's
something
yeah,
like that.
it's a process. For me, it's a process, and there's a lot of conversation. I mean, I think each of us designers have our own unique process. And but particularly for me, when I do work with spaces, particularly homes, I listen. I get to know the people using it,
That's important. Yeah.
and I try to give them what I think works for them. Like I always compare our job to doctors. You listen, you diagnose, and then you make a recommendation. Because sometimes the client would say, now that there's online, there's Pinterest, they come up to me, I
This is
want something like this. But
Yes.
but but I say, okay, let's take note of that.
mm,
But in my mind, I'll try to get to know everyone. And then if I see that, I think, let me work on something that looks like this. But in parallel, can I suggest something which I think will suit you more? And I also want it to be really unique. So in a way, I want it very customized
yes.
to the family. And I also try to really give them something special. Because if it's my home, I
Of
also
course.
want to have unique pieces,
Of course.
like just my, like a lamp that that's just my
Yours.
lamp that a few people, but not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So so sometimes I tell them, you got me anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so you'll have to trust me. So we do a lot of conversation before it gets executed. So like I was sharing earlier that chandelier, because in reality there are so many chandeliers. But to me, to find the right one for the right space for this people, for this client, I said, even her, she knows it. I couldn't think of anything else to put in the space. So after 1 year of search, because we fell in love with the henchman,
You returned.
and they agreed, and we really did the mock up. We did
Oh,
the
yeah, you were saying
yeah.
a while ago
So
that
it's a long process, really.
it's a different experience when you
It
go to
is.
Casa Bella to choose.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of
It's not buying off
pointing
the
and yeah.
shelf.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
tell us more about that. I mean,
It's a very
I don't.
collaborative process
Yes.
between
Yes. Yes.
Cecile, Patrizio, our company,
Yeah.
my team,
Mm-hmm.
to do a hench chandelier project. It's not about choosing from the catalog.
Yeah.
It's about Cecile giving the idea to the client, and then our team going in there in that space
To show.
to show by literally creating
A paper mock
a
up.
paper
I
mock-up,
A full size
Wow.
paper mock up. 3-dimensional.
putting up to the ceiling,
Uh,
and then working with Cecile and her saying, "Well, I think that we should have more of that,
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
less of that."
Yeah. Because each component of that piece is hand blown.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the same. So I said, so it's really, which is really a natural design process. But what I like about with Joseph and with the Henge brand is they allowed me to do it. Because for some brands, oh no, you just stick to what's there in the catalog. We won't
I
produce it
know.
for
I
you.
was just gonna say, a lot of people don't have that impression about design or interior design, creating the spaces they want. They think it's as simple as looking through catalog or online. And you
Yeah,
see all this
yeah.
space. Oh, I want that, but it doesn't work that way. You're
Yeah,
saying.
doesn't work that way. So like last night when we did the launch, we also did an unusual launch. And I said, so people were happy, giving us good, happy feedback. I said, well, at the end of the day, it was really a collaboration, us, because I can always draw up something. I can always
Yeah.
come up with an idea. But if Joseph will not approve, will not agree to it. So when I said, can we cut your floor? And I'm doing an skewed staircase,
Oh
and it's
wow.
floating.
Will that be a permanent structure?
It
Yes,
is.
it is. It is.
It is strong.
And it's
Oh.
strong.
It's
It's
strong.
strong. Of course, the next step was how to engineer it, because, of course, there are. I need to work with engineers who are also visionaries.
Yeah.
So
You're
when
an engineer, right?
yes, I have
Aesthetic.
engineering, but before I became a designer, I
Someone to
actually
sign off.
yeah.
Okay.
But I work with this. I called, so there were two engineers I was talking to. Even the contractor was like looking at me. Steel, no, you need to have vertical post. No, I think it's doable. And then so I had to work with the engineer. Um, this guy, C Square, Boise
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
Boise, I
Oh,
need the
it's Boise,
stair.
yeah.
I want it floating, and it's a bit askewed.
Yeah.
She goes,
Wow.
send me the drawing and I'll study it. And then the next day,
That's
yeah,
what
we
you
can
did.
do it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next step was to find the metalsmith who will do it, because it's not just metal that you're bending. So I called the sculptor friend. I said, hi, can I borrow your people? Why? What are you doing? I'm doing a staircase. I said, how big? This big. Because it started to form.
Oops.
Okay, let me talk to them. But they like the idea, so they agreed. So, for it to happen, it's like really an army. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole village working with you to make it happen.
Yeah.
And so when somebody was like, his friend was like going around, oh, what is this? So it was really, it's fun. It was nice, but I think it's really To me, I think for Henge, I always say it's an emotional thing, but part of it also is resonating with the value of the company. Like
Right.
people, a confluence, share the energy.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think
The
there's a
same
perfect
frequency.
combination here.
Yeah, the same frequency of crazy people saying,
Yeah.
let's do this.
It has to be the same. Or that won't ever happen. Nothing will happen. But you've been doing your practice for a long time, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm sure you've worked with other companies, suppliers, and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
So how important is it for you to have a place like Casa Bella around? Because I don't think it's a very common concept that you have.
No,
For-
no,
so,
no. In fact, when they were starting, in fact, I remember Joseph when he was starting. He would go to like Joseph, there's a table I want, and because Manila at that point was now it's different.
Yes.
At that point when they started bringing this in Manila was very conservative. So he would bring the piece. He was there himself carrying the table in Horizon Home.
I remember that.
Oh, and yeah, but we weren't sure if the client will approve, and actually it didn't get
The way to do.
approved, right? Yeah, but because we had to do it, he understands what I want to happen. But the client, of course, that's why they need people like us. Could not imagine it, so they had to see it there. But of course, now clients have evolved also. The Manila stay
Who's gonna go there?
yeah, and so people are more, I guess, because of online access also,
Yeah,
so
so
sophisticated this and all. But yet I work with everyone. But with Casa Bella, I keep on saying they bring the most unique pieces and fun, unusual, and I resonate with a lot of the pieces. So they're my go-to in that sense. And I guess it also follows that my clientele is also special, So they
yeah,
know
tell us
na
about your clientele.
Oh, no.
like just like Casa Bella has a very nice portfolio. You
Yeah.
you also have like a work portfolio that's like wow.
Yes, but they're also very
Yeah.
invisible.
Yeah, but what are you
But
proudest
I would
of
say,
lately?
I would say, they're also very unique individuals, strong people who
I
has
guess
a very
you
strong
draw them to you.
identity. Yeah, they know exactly what they want, and I guess that's why they would commission me to do it for them because they know that I can do it. I'm when they say, "Can we do this?" I'm also crazy. When they say, "Can we do this?" Okay, let me think about it. So I don't normally say no immediately because
Yes,
let me
study
see and
it.
see what I can do for you. And because, for the time, because nga I had engineering background, I was also doing project management. So I have other special powers. So I think my clientele are really unique people. They have their own identity, special
Yeah.
identity, and they want unique pieces in their homes. So they know most of them, so they're also willing to jump with my ideas, and yeah, so it happens. It's happening. So even some
You are in the company of unique people also. Like I
yeah,
think
which is I
Joseph,
think very important.
Diba?
It's very important for us designers to also have the proper support from the
Yeah.
industry.
Or else nothing.
And because a long time ago, yeah, I remember a long time ago, you want to use this material. You're always outside. I'm in Milan. For the time, I was in Milan. I was in Manangoni. And immediately after school, when you get back to Manila, you want to use this, but oh my God, it's not in Manila. But then you also become creative and start inventing and use with what you have. And so it's good that now where we are now, we have a lot of options.
Yes.
And there's a lot of collaboration. Part of my work is also, I think my vision is always to create spaces that are unique and that's transformative,
Yes.
and that people can come home to feel relaxed.
Would you say that's like a growing want or trend in the Philippines, that kind of thinking when it comes to creating spaces?
Yes, now, especially now, after the pandemic, I think most almost everyone would want to have a better home environment. In fact, in a way, during pandemic, I was like busiest because already previous to for the time I was focused on hospitality. I was doing only hotels, restaurant. Because as a young designer, I was also very impatient. Like, this is my idea. If you don't want it, okay, bye. Because for residential, it becomes very personal.
Yeah.
But now I realize I'm older and I'm mature
Wiser.
enough and wiser and a better designer who knows how to listen. So then I rediscovered my love for doing homes. So during pandemic, it was automatic because all the hotel projects were on hold. The developer decides, oh, I want to build my home. Can you do it for me? I said, sure, why not? Of course, in the beginning, you're thinking, yeah, I have to keep my business afloat. But then, in that, while doing that, I fell in love with doing homes again. And because now I realize I have enough experience to draw from. And so I've been doing unique homes. And then, what's common? And then they say, what's your typical look? I said, I don't have a typical look, I think, because I try to work with
Your
the client. And my
clients.
training is to work with the brand, do the narrative.
Right.
So doing homes is the same thing. But I said, I think what's common and what's real is, and what I really want to do is, because this is very personal to me, when I come home to my room, I want to be able to rest. I want it to be like a healing space, like it's quiet, and then you really forget everything outside. So now my homeowners would go, I don't want to go out of my home now. Me also, like I think I'm just like working from home. So to me, I guess that's the special. When they say, I guess that's the special side of me. I get
That's it.
to
That's your
create that
mark.
environment. Not the look, but it's more of the
The
experience. Which is
experience.
that's why I
Wow.
think I related
Yeah.
to the brand because their pieces are very experiential.
Experiential. Everything, even your stores, the same.
Yeah, you go to the store. That's why when he said, "Let's do one floor," I ended up doing most of it. I
Actually,
think.
I said, Cecile, since you're doing one floor, can you help me with the other floor?
And then I said, "Can we fix the banyo na? Can we fix the
How
Can
about
help
the
yourself.
elevator? And the elevator.
And then the elevator. Can we climb the
Sounds like
elevator?"
that.
Yeah, and I was
It's part of
telling
the
him,
process.
because you're in lifestyle, you're showing a home environment. So your employees also will have to have that experience. And then, true enough, and then one time, Joseph, can we like change the lights here and invest in it? And he goes, how much? I said, this is option A, option B. But when you're like selling pieces that are really special, you have to light them properly. And so he goes, I was telling, oh my God, Joseph probably thought, why did I get selling?
What? Do you
No, I
regret
don't
it?
regret.
Oh,
Zero regret.
zero regret. That's good.
So we transformed the whole space.
Oo nga eh. Is this something that Casa Bella does regularly? To showcase, to create experiences like what you did, this event?
Uh, not really in
It's
that
just
sense.
Not in that sense.
Not in that sense.
Kasi di ba parang,
Because Danny goes, can you help us with the launch? Sure! I said, I love it. Because I was just telling them, in college, I was involved in theater. And for a time, another life, I was in Benilde. I was the director for culture and arts.
oh my
So,
gosh.
so I was like handling performers. I said, yeah, let's bring that in. And to me, my vision always is, Filipinos are so creative in
Yes,
performing, design. So I always try to bring that into any project I do. So, and then I said, Henge is special. So it has to be a special launch. It cannot be like anything else. And then so when I started saying there'll be performers. And then there'll be video projection.
I saw the vid.
And then the food should be curated also.
Everything has to
I
be
know.
perfect.
So, but then last minute, of course, in the it's a conversation go. We've had previous events. There were like 400. Nobody was paying attention. I said, no, this is going to be different, and I'm sure the energy of the show because
You think?
we made it multisensorial, sensorial. So
Yes.
5 senses. So we had,
Living with the
and I
senses.
brought in healing energy by inviting sound therapy. There was sound therapy in one floor so it's music, but it brings energy to everyone. On one floor, there's saging for senses
Yes.
and aromatherapy.
Yeah.
And then one floor, there were like several floors. There were different visuals. So without everyone knowing it, they were receiving energy healing by all this. It's another form of healing modality,
Right.
and it is something that is not everyone's talking about, or maybe not comfortable. So last minute last night, I was like thinking, oh my god, because when 400 people were coming, oh my god, baka they might not be open to it, but when
They
it
were very.
started, wow, everybody participated. And then at one moment, we did, like ask everyone to participate for a small meditation, like 3 breath exercise. Oh, they did. They closed their eyes and they did it. So we're like really happy. And now, like this morning, everybody was like messaging us, and someone was
Oh, that's
asking last night,
nice.
"Can you do the same thing for a bigger venue?" I said, "Sure, sure."
It just keeps
And then I was
growing.
telling
Gross.
him my other trade partner goes, "I didn't know you do those things." Yeah, I do it for some people. No, you should do it for us. Sure. But then asking, and then his team naman goes, okay, what do we do next for the next event? I said, well, we'll find the right inspiration for it.
Yeah. What did you think about last night's?
Uh,
Were you
I
very
was
happy?
so surprised. No, honestly, and I've been in many openings, and not only of Henge, but many events.
Yes, I'm sure.
But this was, I think that set another level of event. Really, you are
Wonderful.
a wonderful, crazy woman.
Thank
Nothing
you,
to
thank
say.
you.
And no, it's a true compliment because really something like this was unexpected.
Wow.
And it was really involving all the senses. And it's something that was, I have to thank also because I didn't know anything. So I had,
It was
yeah,
all a surprise, a
all the
complete
surprise. I
surprise.
read there. I
I
said,
think even Joseph was surprised also.
yeah,
Even while I was involved in the planning
Yeah.
For everything.
for
Yeah.
weeks, the
I think-
actual execution still came as a surprise. I
That's
was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is way more amazing than I thought it was.
yeah, absolutely.
Great. That's great to hear. No?
Absolutely.
Very rewarding.
And everybody was really captured by
I'm
this.
sure people will be looking for the same kind of experience all the time from you
She
now.
just upped the game.
And now that's the challenge. Yes.
Anyway, guys, I've been so happy listening to all your stories and the creative atmosphere
This
we're having here
creative
today.
energy,
Yes, but we have to end the show. We'll hopefully talk
you.
with you again next time. Another storytelling session. But before we go, I'd like to invite you to say something to our audience today. Yes, talk about your truth, your
About,
creative, any kind of inspiring thing you would like to say.
I pick up on that line because I think part of the work I do is, especially now, I intentionally I want to speak more of the truth and do authentic works for different people. So that's something I'm integrating in the creative energy I share with everybody else.
Nice.
So I hope
Yeah.
to be partners with you one day in any form.
Yeah. This is the person, Cecile Ravelas,
Thank you.
to create that experience for you.
experience,
Yeah. Sir?
I want to say thanks so much, okay, Cecile, Joseph, everyone, for challenging us all the time to try to put also Henge to another level all the time. And until now, we never said no. And so we are here willing to make every home make more beautiful. We don't want to be beautiful. We want to make homes beautiful and feel people comfortable. That's what we want.
The ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal.
Sir Joseph.
Well, thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Cecile, Patrizio. I guess my something I'd like to say is I'd like to remember what my late grandfather, told me, that it's important to know people and then trust them after.
Wow.
So I know Cecile from a long time ago and know Patrizio, and by knowing them, I grew to trust them, and it's that trust that led to this amazing project today.
Very unique minds, I must say. Thank you very much. This has been a very enlightening conversation, and I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon on Pairfect. We'll be back next week. This has been Dinah Ventura.